I've missed that feeling. I never knew you could miss a feeling, an emotion, until that day. Yes, you have family, but you don't have your mom and dad like you need to be able to help you stay connected and just help you grow, to teach you different things through life. We got a knock on the door. I really don't know what was happening. All I know is that me and my 4 other brothers were leaving my stepmom and my dad, and we were going into the DCF system. We went to quite a few homes. We were moved a lot. I thought I was just going from one house to another house again. The first day that I got with my grandmother was the first time in a while. I was very, very happy. I just had a couple shirts and pants, but moving in there was very fun and happy and exciting at the same time, because we were all just sitting around laughing, enjoying being able to be with each other. I've had a smile on the entire time. The smile never left my face that day. All that sadness, all the pain, all the hurt, anger, all just went away. And just knowing that they're gonna be there for me whenever I need them. And knowing that I'm not gonna be picked up one random day just to go to a different house or to move schools. I know I'm gonna be in the same school until high school, and that, and just being with my family is the most important thing to me. I was just so happy to see them there. I just cried when I was hugging them, and they didn't let go until I stopped.
I've known Anthony since he was probably about 9. I met him through his grandmother and grandpa, and he started riding the bus. And one thing that I remember about Anthony that was such a blessing to me was he has a scar on his face. If you notice that scar on his face, he was in a car accident and went through a windshield and hit a tree. What he said to me one day was, I said, "Anthony, are you okay?" And he said, "Miss Susan, because of this, I can whistle better." And so I thought, what a great testimony for this young man to take something that could have been really bad and make it something really good.
Going there for food was the first time I really seen the community center and heard about the community center. The people there were really nice to me. Everybody there was nice to everybody. They didn't even know me, and they accepted me as like I was their family. I'm serving the community because for me, it's a way to give back to the people that helped me through everything. And it just makes me happy. Going through what I went through and just seeing the kids and their families and that I'm helping every day through the center, and seeing the smiles on the families' faces and especially the kids' faces is just amazing, because you grow a connection with these families that sometimes you're the only real connection to God that they feel or see, or the real connection they really have. Like, some of them don't really know their families, and then seeing them come there and interact with the people in line and the staff there and the volunteers and the workers there, it's like they made a family in the center of complete strangers. Seeing my dad and my brothers help at Thanksgiving in a Box was awesome. Just seeing them, seeing their smiles and their faces of giving back to the community. Just seeing them be able to talk to the families coming through, and that seeing them connect with families and with kids. My brothers being able to connect with the kids with their ages, and that was just amazing. And seeing them talk to the families that are helping for Thanksgiving in a Box and getting the boxes and all that, just giving back, and that just seeing them give back and enjoy it. I was proud of them. I was excited for them, excited to see them, everything. I just had, I don't know what it really was, but a feeling in me that this is something I want to do, someplace I really want to help at, to make a difference, to give back to the community I lived in, the community that accepted me, that didn't even know me.
To me, you know, we were thinking, oh, poor guy, you know, his face is disfigured, and most people would say, nobody's gonna love me, and here he is engaged, and, you know, to a wonderful girl, and so, you know, who knows, maybe that scar is what got him where he is today.
1, 2, 3, hold up your signs.
People think that when you serve together, you know, it won't build you up together. When you serve together, sometimes one person is running a different point than another, and sometimes when you serve together, you might even be doing different tasks. But the whole point is that you're serving for God, and so when you're serving for God, you're edifying your relationship together through God. So when we serve together, we kind of have different areas where one of us is more in charge than the other. At the community center, he definitely tends to do things more than I would. And then when we work with kids, I tend to do things more than he would. That's how we figured where our strengths are, and we would rather support the other than see who would lead necessarily. And so I think we've learned to communicate over the years on who will take point in which aspect of serving. See, I love missions, and he's known that since we've met each other. And he's wanted to go for a very long time, so we did a lot of very intense fundraising together. And when we talked about the decision to go on this missions trip, it was, you know, how do you think people will be able to see us separately? So when we went on the trip, we had a lot of fun. There were definitely times where we could hang out together and stuff like that, but we each also understood that there were times when we needed to go do our own separate thing. And so it was really cool because, you know, sometimes when you see couples on a trip, they're attached at the hip. You know, they don't want to separate because it's their comfort zone. And it was really awesome to see that he was willing to separate from me so we could each enjoy the trip in our own ways as well.
I haven't met a lot of the people on the team, but after this week, only the few days we've been together, I feel like we've all grown closer together and more as a family. Yes. And that is another great experience because from my past, I really don't have great experiences with family. But I'm glad I made one here.
So for me, this has become my family. This has become an extension of my family. And it's really important to me that I have this as my foundation. And it's really been awesome to see as I've gotten older and I've learned more biblical foundations that this is such a steady church. Because when you study the Bible more, when you see things, you begin to understand more of what people are telling you. Because you're not being spoon-fed, you're actually learning for yourself. And so when you hear the pastor preach and when you hear him, which guest speakers he brings in, you can hear what they're saying, you know that what they're saying is appropriate to the Bible. You know what they're saying is for a firm foundation to God. And to me, that is really crucial, because the day that something like that changes is the day that you lose the church.